Welcome to the Transfer Exchange Show. We are live, and it's good to be back. How are you doing, Steve?
I'm fantastic, mate. It's good to have you back.
Thank you very much. I've been I've been on holiday. I've been working still. I've been sharing the love, spreading the word of the Transfer Exchange Show on Fabrice Muamba's Twitch page. Doing watch along streams. Come on and join us, and we'll get them bods to come and raid our channel, as they like to call it. So hopefully we're going to get a Fabrice Muamba raid over the next week or so. But yeah, it's been fun. But it's nice to be home and have my own say on this one every now and again. All right, so we've got a big game today. We've got Denmark versus Belgium. It's kind of Denmark need to get something from this game. And let's have a little look at the team news for Denmark then. In the starting lineup, we've got Kasper Schmeichel, we've got Vestergaard, the hero himself, Kajar, Michael, Christiansen, Delaney, Braithwaite, Damsgaard, Was. We've got Poulsen and Højbjerg. It's a solid looking Denmark team there. I'd like to see Poulsen really make his stamp on today's game or in this tournament, because I really rate him as a striker, and I think this would have been a really good opportunity to show what he's about, to show what level he's at. It's a solid Denmark team. What are you saying?
I totally agree. I think there could be a little bit of a possibility of a shock on the cards in here today. I look at both first teams 11. I totally agree with you. It's a very strong Denmark side, a very experienced back line. They're going for it. They're playing the formation that I love, a 4-3-3. And when you look at the Belgium side as well, I tell you what, it's with the crowd behind them. At the moment, I've seen at the Parkton. It's absolutely mental there at the minute. That's going to play a lot in today's game. And as far as the first two 11s on the pitch are going to go, this is going to be a cracker. I'm really looking forward to this one.
Where do you think that Denmark's main threat's going to come from, and what do you think that will be?
I think it's going to. I mean, they're pretty strong all over the pitch. This is what impresses me. It's the first time I'm really looking forward to having a good look at them today. But the main threats that obviously come from Poulsen. He's been on really good form for Leipzig. If he can bring that form into today's match, he's going to cause Belgium defence problems. He's quick. Alderweireld and De Tongen, as good as what they are, they're not as quick as what they used to be. He could cause a lot of problems. And also you've got Braithwaite on the other side as well.
I think he's a very underrated striker. I think when he came in for Barcelona, it was a bit of a mess the way it happened, where lockdown, the pandemic hit, and by the time that they were actually getting game time, they wanted Dembele back. But in the end, Braithwaite actually had a good end to the season with Barcelona, and I think they that in the end he got a little bit of more respect that he was actually due.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's funny enough. He's one of the players that's on the list that seems to be Barcelona wants to get rid of. But I mean, that's no slight on Braithwaite. I mean, he is an excellent player, and and just like you said, he's very, very underrated, and he will go to a better, not a better side, but he will go to a side, and he will thrive there. And I'm really looking forward to him playing today. And I just think, with Damsgaard as well, the Sampdoria striker, with that front three, I really think they're going to cause Belgium problems today.
Yeah, they've probably got a little bit of a fire in their belly from what happened last time, and probably feel quite slightly vindicated for the way they had to kind of maybe forced to play the game when their head weren't really in it, and maybe they want to sort of redeem themselves this time, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's a decision that they was given to play the game. They should never have been given that decision. That it should have been taken away from the players in the heat of the moment. The players decided to play the game. Some of the players are saying that they wanted to go and win through Ericsson. Half of them were in such a state that they couldn't even run and kick a ball. So, you had two split strand middle. So, giving them the option of shall I play or shall I? I mean, it was totally wrong. But today they seem up for it. Yeah. I like their side. As I say, it's a heat wave in Denmark today. That's going to play a lot into tiredness, and so we're going to see. They're a very fit side, Denmark. If it comes down to the bench, it might be a little bit different because Belgium's got a very strong bench. So we'll see what happens from there. But Denmark are going to be up for this. I've heard their captain talk. As I said, I've said it right at the beginning of the show. I can't wait for this. This is going to be a cracker.
Yeah, I think it'll be one of the better games of the tournament. So let's look at the Belgian team. We've got Thibaut Courtois in goal, Toby Alderweireld, Vertonghen, Yuri Tillemans, who I thought was brilliant in the last game.
Yeah,
he played with that air of swag, which if he can do that consistently, you're talking one of the elite clubs for him next. Romelu Lukaku, surely one of the favourites for top goal scorer, smashing in two in his first game. Carrasco back in the team, steady Eddie there. Dries Mertens, Thomas Meunier coming in for the injured. Who was it who got injured last time? Can't remember, but he came in and scored. Torgan Hazard, I felt like he was a bit missing in the last game. Hopefully he's going to be able to do something in this one. Jason Dinier, very good centre-back, former Man City, Lyon. And then Donker. Strong team there for Belgium. What were you saying about that starting lineup?
Yeah, I mean, we've just championed Denmark here, but there's no design. This Belgium side is just full of quality, right from one to 11. The strike force is pretty frightening. Lukaku's a handful on the best of days, but I genuinely think he's the one that they've got to keep quiet. If they can keep Lukaku quiet, I genuinely think that Denmark can go on and win the game. Tillemans, he was special, as you said, in the last game. Then Donker, I don't know, he's okay, but
that's what I was thinking.
There's stronger players. I think players like Hallberg and Borussia Dortmund's Delaney, could easily deal with him. And and as you say, at the back there, Denayer is a quality player, a quality centre back. Jason Denayer of Lyon, I think he's from. He's from Lyon. Yeah. But there's quality through that side. There's a lot of quality on the pitch today. But I think if their main thing that Denmark have got to do, I would say, is that they've got to keep Lukaku and Tillemans quiet. That would be their main job today.
Yeah. So, apart from Lukaku and Tillemans, what do you think Belgium can bring today? Where do you think they could? Because they can't solely rely on them two. Where do you think the other danger could potentially come from for Denmark?
Well, I think the dangers. I mean, there is Torben Hazard on his day. He's quality, but then he can have his off days, and so can Carrasco. If they're on it, they can cause problems. I just think Denmark are going to be up for today. And I just going to think that they're going to obviously be playing for Christian Eriksen. Yeah. As I just said before, the crowd is just as incredible at the Parkden today. They're going to be behind them in Copenhagen. There's players like Meunier. I mean, I don't think he's once the player he was. Mertens can cause problems when he wants to, but I think it all depends what Belgium you're going to get today. It's just sometimes even like when you're playing in the Premier, there's certain teams or certain players they got in the way that you can see that they've lined up, and you look at them and you think you're not going to get anything out today. which was like a bogey side, and I can just think that Denmark are going to be able to hold Belgium today.
Yeah, Denmark are a very disciplined team. I feel that if they are going to exploit something in Belgium's team, it will be the defence. Belgium have got a very strong team, but if there is one weakness, it potentially you could catch the centre backs off guard. But again, that's not taken away from any of their centre backs because they're top draw players. I do think they're kind of getting past their best. And if that is a weak point, it may be coming from some of the likes of Vertonghen, who actually come off in the last game, maybe because it's towards the end of the games. He's starting to lag a little bit. What's your score prediction? This is what everyone is here for. What do you think will be the winner today?
Well, the way I've been talking Denmark up.
Yeah, the way you've been talking, it's going to be Denmark. It's going to go 1-0.
Yeah, I know. I can't really. I think I said right at the beginning. I think there could be a shock today. I just not just for football reasons. I mean, that is one on its own. Taking away the fact that they're going to be up for it and they're going to want to win for Christian Eriksen. I think that might give them that extra little push as well. They're at home. As I keep saying, the crowd is absolutely fantastic today. All you can see is red and white and roaring and cheering from everywhere. So I'm going to go for a Denmark win. I'm going to go. They're just going to nick this. I think there'll be goals. And I'm going to go for quite a large scoring game. I'm going to go for a... Oh, God. I don't want to go for a 2-1 because they're just going to say you're going for 2-1 against Steve. I'm going to go for a 3-2. I think there'll be goals today, and I think Denmark can nick it.
All right. Well, I think that as long as Denmark don't play with too much, they can play with fire in their belly. But I think we saw what happened to Scotland when you play with too much passion and emotion. I think they would need to balance that out. And a team that I've seen do that is probably a Welsh team. Slovakia played with that kind of passion, but they was also able to keep it composed as well. If Denmark can do that, I think they can get a result out of this. I'm not 100% sure they can get a win, but I think it might be a draw today. Belgium were good the other day, but I thought they were good without being excellent. There was a lot of players in the team of Belgium's team that I think were just okay and kind of just let the game kind of pass them by. I thought Lukaku, when you get him on the ball, he's unstoppable. Yeah. How Man United, anyone at Man United could have looked at him and thought that set him on. Like I don't know how people were taking the mick out of his touch and not just getting him to work on his touch is just beyond me because he is world class. He's one of the elite strikers and they're the kind of player that Man United need now. He's just, I think he's unbelievable. I think that Yuri Tillemans was excellent the other day. And the defence didn't get tested. So it'll be good to see them get tested against a solid team today. I think the score will be 1-0. I think Denmark will hit them with the goal. I'm giving a full Nathan story here. I think Denmark will score first. Right. And I think Belgium will back their ideas up and pull back a draw. I think Denmark, if they can get a draw out of this, it wouldn't be a bad result. The team that they lost to the other day, in the circumstance they did, was pretty bad. But it's points you won't be able to get back, but they'll be able to get them against the other team as well. But I think 1-1 draw. I can see. I want to say Poulsen because he's in my dream team, but I don't think he's going to score. I think it'll be a Vestergaard today. I think they get done on a set piece, and I think I can't look anywhere past Lukaku scoring for Belgium as well. So I've gone for a 1-0 and you've gone for a 3-2. I hope it's 3-2 because I have to say, and I'd probably do this every tournament, but this tournament's been excellent so far. Even the games where people said they're boring, I just appreciate the football and the good things that are happening in the game. So, may it continue because I think Euro 2020 has been excellent so far. And, I want to keep on seeing the football that we're seeing so far. All right. So, people, make sure you join Steve. You're on for the next game, aren't you?
Yes, Holland v Austria.
Holland, Austria.
Yeah.
Make sure you join us for that. Steve will be there at 7:15. Yeah, get your score predictions as well, people. Don't be shy. Hit us up in the comment section. All right. Thanks for joining us today, Steve.
Cheers, mate. Enjoyed it and looking forward to this game.
All right. So am I. Peace out, people. Stay safe and wash your hands. Hopefully, I won't be saying that for too much longer.